What's up, nerd family? Guess what? It's a rerun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still decked out in my Flash gear, but
Yep.
it's
And I also got my Flash hat.
it's Tuesday. We have to wear our flashy stuff.
But that's okay, folks, because even though it's a rerun, guess what? We're going to go straight to talk nerdy to me because there's lots of nerdy stuff to talk about. So we're just going to go ahead and do this thing. Are you ready?
Yes.
Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, a.k.a. Enosh Fett, along with the lovely.
Tiftastic.
And, of course...
Isaac Wan Kenobi.
And I feel like we're doing this live. Like, we're doing, like, one of our videos live.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's the setup. Mm-hmm. So, we
Well,
can't...
I'd usually say Flashtastic, but there's no Flash.
Yeah.
We can't
We're
mess
skipping
up.
a week.
Right? So, all right.
You watch your butt. No, pause. Let me cover this over with, like,
Okay,
editing.
no excessive drinking and swearing then, okay, Miss
Yes,
Fee?
exactly.
All right, okay, just saying.
Okay.
Yeah, and you, no doing what you normally do when we have to edit out of the videos either,
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
No, just messing around. So guys, today has been a big nerdy day.
Yep.
I'm kind of bummed because I didn't realize that it was that The Flash was a rerun.
Yeah,
I
me
know.
too.
We're just so
And
used
Arrow.
to watching.
I know we get in these rhythms, you know, and it's like we just totally forget. But that's okay because I switched it. I even switched the title, so anybody coming in, they expect Talk Nerdy to Me, and I figure we will do our review of The Mandalorian because I've seen it twice now.
Yep.
Family just got done seeing it.
Yep.
And it's tasty. Just a little bit.
I really liked it.
I loved it.
Me too.
It was like
yeah.
Logan the Hutt just asked because he's gonna watch it himself, but he's like, "Is it a TV show or is it a movie?" And
Yep.
I'm like, "Yes, it's
Yes.
both. It is so
Well,
good."
It's because he thought it was going to be a movie. He didn't know that it was going to be a TV show. That's going to be like we
That
get episodes
continues.
week by week. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So I will say this: if you have not seen The Mandalorian,
Look away.
we are going to talk about spoilers.
Darth Tasty said, "I've only seen it 4 times, unfortunately."
Oh.
Unfortunately.
You poor soul. You poor soul. Well, all I can say is hashtag I love Star Wars. Again, that was hashtag I love Star Wars.
He says my only complaint is that it wasn't longer.
Right?
Yep.
Like, so we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about that. The first thing I did want to point out, and Darth Tasty pointed this out, he sent me a message today. And,
I love that name.
And I know, right? And I ended up talking about it because I did a short live stream today for
Yeah, I saw
hashtag
that.
I love Star Wars.
I didn't watch it, but like I saw that you were live.
Yeah, and so I just did my initial just
I'm not allowed to
thoughts.
check it at work, so I just
My
see it
initial thoughts,
happening.
no spoilers or anything for the Mandalorian and that. But Darth Tasty made a really good point, and that is, you know, apparently Disney Plus crashed today,
Yep.
William just said his Disney Plus shut down, but I was fortunate enough to finish The Mandalorian.
right? So Disney Plus apparently crashed because of all the people trying to watch The Mandalorian. But that can't be. That must be fake news because we all know that Star Wars is dead. That nobody cares about Star Wars anymore, and that Star Wars is on its way out, and it's dead and buried, and nobody likes it anymore, you know.
William said, but I'm really upset because my account's locked out now.
Why is your account locked? Like afterwards? That's interesting. Because we just watched it. So,
Yeah.
Huh.
I guess the first only problem that we had watching it is the
Hello,
first time I
Lost
clicked on
Knowledge.
it, it said it had an error loading it, so it just shot me back
Yeah,
to
so
the thing.
I will say this. They're having first day issues,
Yeah.
which
He
is
just said my
understandable.
Disney Plus is not working.
I'm sure they'll get it working. My problem was the first time I watched it, I had to watch it on my phone because even though I have a 65-inch smart TV, apparently none of these streaming services that actually cost me money, you know, I can get the free Tubi app, and that goes on my TV just fine, allows me to stream, allows me to do anything, but apparently not Disney and not DC. No, they come up with apps, and it took 4 months for DC to be able to be compatible with my TV.
Yeah, I remember that.
Last night, when I tried to stream the show, it would not cast it to the TV, and I couldn't even mirror the phone. Usually, I can mirror the phone and watch whatever on my phone on the TV. Could not do that. Today, I tried it just a little while ago, and I could mirror it. I still couldn't cast it. And yes, somebody actually messaged me. I will tell you it's an actual issue because it actually tells me that Disney Plus is not available on my phone or on my TV. But it would let me mirror, but no sound.
Oh.
So that's frustrating, but hopefully they come up with an
Jeremy
update.
says that's what happened with him with Titans, and then Turd Ferguson said,
I love that name.
I know. Some people are mad it's not all episodes at once, but it makes sense to do it weekly so you can't just free trial and binge then cancel.
Yeah. So you know what? I get it, right?
The mouse is smart that way.
I get it. Look, but like these streaming services, they're not gonna be able to survive if they do that.
No.
I love binging stuff. I love it when and there'll still be some shows that come out like that. I mean, like Stranger Things comes out like that. But if you think about it, it's smart for a company or anybody to do it this way based on this alone. One, it keeps you coming back. You're gonna have to subscribe to the service if you want it, and technically, if you're gonna watch it, you probably should subscribe to the service anyways. Yeah.
But Jeremy's like, but I want to watch it on my TV.
I know. I want to watch it on my TV too. That's the stupid thing. But as far as like having all the episodes on there at once, also think about it, this guys, and this was a very good point. And I can't remember who said this, but I remember watching a video about this. That like when Stranger Things season 3 came out, it was huge, right? Mm-hmm. And for like one weekend, everybody was talking about Stranger Things, and it broke all the records that they had ever had for streaming any show or whatever. Like everybody did it, but it was only one weekend.
Yep.
Nobody talked about it after that.
Because there was only 8 episodes.
Well, everybody binged it over that weekend is what I'm saying. Everybody binged it over that weekend, and there was nothing else to talk about. So the next week, everybody had already seen it. Yep. Nobody was talking about it anymore. With this kind of thing, you want to keep I know, but you want to keep this thing going, right? You want to keep people, kind of like that water
like Titans,
cooler.
Where we look forward to every Friday.
Every Friday.
Or if we are busy, we can watch 2 at a time.
So I'm torn because there's that part of me that would just like to take all of it in like right now, but also we're gonna get into this because of like stuff like this first episode's cliffhanger.
William says I have an Apple TV and it works on there. Hail Caesar.
Yep, our Apple TV works.
Hail Caesar said hit the thumbs up, people, and you can't spoil the shows for others.
Well, that's why we're saying this is definitely a spoiler
laden
episode. This is what we do when we do Talk Nerdy to Me. That is our weekly nerdy roundup outlet, and so this is our opportunity to talk about the Mandalorian. So, this may not be for everybody. If you have not watched the Mandalorian and you're worried about spoilers, maybe come back to this video and hear our thoughts on it afterwards. But if you have, let's stick around. Let's talk about it in the live stream. So go ahead.
Well, you were talking about the cliffhanger. I'd rather have this one like now and then wait 3 days for the next episode rather than have this one on Friday and then have to wait till next week.
Yes.
Right. So let's jump right in. First of all, I gotta say this about the Mandalorian. It does not look like a television show.
No, it does not.
Holy cow.
You're even saying that a few times, like while we're watching it, you're like, that doesn't look like it would be like a TV show or like a show. It looks like it's like movie quality.
I know, and it's like the fact that it's 39 minutes. It felt like it was like a mini movie, but yet I still wanted it to be longer. But the visual effects were so tasty. It didn't feel like a TV show. It felt like it was like that constant circle of like, what am I watching here?
And Hail Caesar, I get now your point. Like that's the other thing too is if you release it per week, the whole season can't be spoiled to what the end was. So and look, we all have those things. Look, as much as I would like to sit here and say I would not watch spoilers about a given thing, okay?
They're still posted on social media.
Since episode 2, since Star Wars episode 2 came out, actually no, since Star Wars episode 1 came out, I'll be honest with you, that was the first movie that I ever remember hearing the term spoiler for. and like seeing stuff online. And I remember going online and
Did you say like a CD?
spoilers for episode 1.
Didn't you say something about like the CD said like so and so's death or something like that, where it would spoil it for you if you didn't see the movie? Soundtrack?
No, that was actually, that wasn't even like an online thing. That was just part of the soundtrack, because the soundtrack actually spoiled Qui-Gon's death.
Yeah.
For episode 1. But no, I mean, like the fact that Anakin was going to be a virgin birth and all that stuff, you know, like that was all talked about. That was all released like the day before the movie came out. And I remember watching like those things and reading those things, because like I just wanted to know what was going to happen so bad. So as much as I would like to sit here and go like, I will never, you know, I won't listen to the spoilers or whatever, I just need to shut up because I'll watch them every time. So that's a very good point. So, but yeah, this TV show is very cinematic.
Yeah, it is.
Very cinematic. I saw somebody like complaining about it, saying that the excuse me, I think it was Stupendous Wave. I listened to Stupendous Wave's critique of the show, and he's got a new guy who's like doing this stuff with him, and I was kind of disappointed with Stupendous Wave. And normally I wouldn't say this, but guys, I think that this is a really important point for nerddom in general, and especially Star Wars right now. If you're going to critique something, if you're going to watch
What's up,
something...
Chicken Nugget?
What's up, Chicken Nugget? What's up, Brendan? If you're going to watch something, actually watch it.
Yeah.
Like, watch it and pay attention and listen to it. Because, obviously, there were some things in Stupendous Waves... like, Stupendous Wave specifically corrected the guy that was doing the review with him about the fact that the bounty that the Mandalorian was going after, they specifically said a couple of times.
Which was Horatio Sands.
No. The main bounty of the episode, that it was 50 years old.
Yeah.
Like they made a point, it was 50 years old, and so the guy reviewing it said that it was 50 years old, and like
an adorable 50.
I get it. You get so excited that you get caught up in it, and you're not paying attention. But you gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
You gotta
Like
be able to set that excitement to the side, especially if you're going to review something, because he kept making this point. He's like, no, it was like 100 years old. And it's like, no, he wasn't 100 years old. Like that wasn't, they specifically said 50 years old.
50 is adorable for him then.
Apparently
so
for him,
cute.
50 is like that primate.
As soon as he went like this with the blanket, it was like,
and then there was something else. There was something else too in their review that that again they didn't really pay attention to what was actually said and done. And so I just encourage you guys, because especially in the climate right now for Star Wars, I think there's a lot of people who just don't understand movies, like in general, not just Star Wars, but like they go to movies, and especially like if it's hard to understand, if it's something that they actually have to kind of like wrap their heads around for a minute, they tune out. Like they don't actually listen to dialogue. It's like they don't actually like listen for plot points, and then they'll blame the movie. They'll blame the movie. It's the movie's fault. The movie just sucks. And like I said, I'm not just talking about Star Wars. We're big DC fans, and I think that that's one of the biggest problems with the DC stuff, because I hear people all the time making this connection between Batman versus Superman, the theatrical version versus the Ultimate Edition, and they're like, "Oh, I hated the theatrical version. The theatrical version sucked." But boy, that Ultimate Edition, man, that was awesome, and it totally won me over. And it's like, there's really not that much of a difference.
Hail Caesar has a good question, and so does
By the way, welcome Hail Caesar. Hail Caesar joined me this last week on our one of our hashtag I Love Star Wars live streams, and
welcome to the
and welcome. We had a great conversation. Hail Caesar actually. I'm so glad that you're joining us tonight. Hail Caesar came in of a differing opinion, and we found some peace by the time it was all said. Had a great conversation.
Hail Caesar did say, "Did you watch the debate between Den of Nerds and Jeremy? I think this show will bring the fandom together." And then William said, "How slow do those things age?" Talking about the little baby Yoda. And he says, like, is it a living fetus for the first decade of their life?
So a couple things. With the baby Yoda thing first, I don't know. Like, we don't know anything about Yoda. We don't know anything about his species. At one point, it was rumored that Yoda's species was called the Wills, But that's gone out the door because George Lucas had the idea, the concept of the wills around for different while. That's why the first Star Wars movie was originally called Star Wars: The Adventures of Luke Starkiller.
What's up, Alan?
As retold
And
or something like
Anakin?
that from the Journal of the Wills. And so that's not what it is. So we don't know anything, and that was one of the things George Lucas actually set in stone that he did not want to talk about.
No, it's not Anakin.
Talk
Sorry.
about Yoda's species. That he said he knew the information. George Lucas said that he knew where they came from, that he knew where they were going and stuff. So, and George Lucas was a part of this of the Mandalorian. I mean, Favreau and Filoni did sit down with him and talk to him about this. So whatever we're seeing, first of all, I was shocked that was where we're going, and we'll talk about that. But I want to answer about the debate thing. Yeah. So I watched a part of it. Unfortunately, I was not able to watch all of it because I fell asleep Saturday night, and I woke up at about 11:30, and I had actually slept through the first part of it. And so then I went on, and by the time I went on, there were just people talking, and it was getting weird. There was some guy on asking for wanted personal information about one of the girls from Geeks and Gamers or whatever, and it got weird. And Jeremy,
That is weird.
Fortunately, Jeremy put him in his place, said, no, look, this is your time, whatever. So I didn't really understand some of that, and I haven't had a chance to go back and actually watch the full video where it was apparently the good part. But I think that it's from what I could gather, people seem to be pretty positive about it. That it was a positive experience. I think at the end, it seemed to turn more into the last couple people that I ended up seeing on there were just kind of supportive, trying to make supportive points for Jeremy. So I don't know how the beginning went. I don't know how the Den of Nerds thing went. So I can't speak to that. But I do plan on watching that at some point this week to be able to come back and actually have that conversation, because I think that it's important that we have these conversations, and that we come together as fans, and that's why we're doing the hashtag I Love Star Wars thing. Mm-hmm. That's why I find it interesting, just like in, ironically, The Last Jedi, where Snoke says, darkness rises and the light rises to meet it. Yeah. I find it interesting that right here at this very moment, within these last 2 weeks, all of a sudden, all of this uprising has come up in a positive way for the fandom. And on both sides. I'm not just going to say that it's just, people who, are against the negativity, but I mean, even people like Jeremy and Geeks and Gamers and others who have, voiced their displeasure and things like that. And that's fine. I think everybody's getting kind of a little burnt out on it. And it's we got to stop fighting each other, folks. We got to come together. I did make a couple comments on that live stream, talking to people about in the comments. I did make a couple comments and just said, I just want to like what I like. And I was very pleasantly surprised because some people in there were very positive, people who do not like The Last Jedi. I told them, I said, I just want to like what I like. I shouldn't be told to go do things to myself or to do things to other people, just because I liked a movie that they didn't like. Yeah. And the thing was that people actually came to my defense on that and said, you're absolutely right. That is wrong. And I did find it interesting because I did hear Jeremy speak to the points that he didn't encourage those things. So I hope that that's a positive thing. I think that, but also honestly, within those comments, there were still people now who were turning on Jeremy actually in the comments, saying, no, screw that. We're basically going to burn this whole thing down. So, I don't know where everybody's true motivations lie. We're never going to know that, but I hope that we see positive things going forward. But
I got some great
about that.
Well, just some great questions because there's been as you've been talking, there's been 10.
Okay. So, but the Yoda thing, how many of you saw that coming? That was the least, there's no way, and I love the fact that they set up the Mandalorian to be this really hard kind of guy who takes everybody out, does everything. But I like the fact that they didn't make him perfect. He was still.
He got bitten, by those creatures.
Yeah, he had to learn some stuff, and I love all that stuff. But then,
Very Kanan-esque.
but then I love the fact that obviously he has a tender side.
Yep.
Something about
I
seeing
was waiting for Yoda to grab his little finger.
right? And so like of all the things that was going to end on, there is no there. When I saw that, I was just like, I don't know how you guys felt, but I was like, that is not what I expected out of this at all.
And he turned his head sideways like our dog does when he's inquisitive, like, huh.
So I mean, what does that mean? What are we gonna learn about the species? Because
Yeah,
I
that's
doubt
what I was kinda
I doubt
waiting.
that we'll learn like too much about the species itself. But there has always been the talk that the species as a whole are very sensitive to the Force. Because the only two that we've ever seen so far is Yoda and Yaddle in Episode 1, and they're both Jedi's, but Jedi Masters. So.
William said, for a second I thought they were going to kill the baby Yoda. I hope Watiti returns at some point in the series.
He will. He will.
Lost Knowledge says, how far back does the Mandalorian go? Hold that as a thought,
Okay.
unless you have a quick answer.
Yeah, I
'cause
got a
we've
quick
got
answer. So it happens. It happens exactly 5 years after Return of the Jedi. So 4 years after the fall of the Empire, because it took a year for the Empire to fall after Return of the Jedi until they stomped it out. And so
Which Battlefront 2 covers part of that.
Yep. So this takes place exactly 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
And then William said, also, I was watching a review of the series and heard of a good point about it. The series is great because it will be ongoing. They don't have a finite end to the story. Darth Tasty was responding to the line you said. He said, you can either come in warm or come in cold. Awesome line.
Oh, that was the other thing that they got wrong in with Stupendous Wave, because the other guy was talking about like, well, I think that wasn't a reference to, first of all, it was definitely a Western reference, because this was like a spaghetti Western at the beginning, like these cowboy movies and stuff, and that he was basically saying,
anything, and then just
right, and so basically he was saying, I could take you in dead or alive, is what he was
Yeah.
saying. But like the guy from there was misinterpreting it, saying, no, I think that had to do with the carbon freezing, because he could freeze him or leave him more. And I'm like, I get the pun, but that's not what that was. Because he was holding his blaster. That's again what I say. You gotta watch and you gotta pay attention to what's going on. You can't just hear or you can't just see something. You gotta pay attention, because he brandished his weapon and he said, I could take you in warm or I could take you in cold.
And that's when he put his head down like, okay.
Yep, dead or alive, you're coming with me.
And then he said, William says, this allows them to explore tons of hidden places in the galaxy and never have an end to a story like the Star Wars saga will have or like Rogue One had. Caleb said, can I just say 10 out of 10 would watch again. The Mandalorian is definitely my favorite thing on Disney+. William says, I get excited at the fact that this show could go on for seasons and seasons. There is so much possibility for the show. Love the Western vibe.
Yes.
Darth Tasty said Josh from Den of Nerds wasn't very well spoken.
Ah, that's too bad.
Caleb says, all I have is one question. Is this Yoda's and Yaddle's love child? And Darth Tasty said I was going to...
we did. On spring break.
And then Darth Tasty says I was going to ask that if that was their love child. And then William said, also, can we
Who knows?
give some credit to credits of the show? The artwork was great and had me stick around for the 3 minutes of credits.
Right?
Yep. You say even when you were getting the stream ready, I still had like it running through the credits just because it just looked really good.
I know, it was great. Man, it looked so good.
And then Hail Caesar said Yoda was 900 years old when he died.
Yep.
Darth Tasty said nobody saw that coming. Lost Knowledge said thanks, good info. And Caleb just said Jon Favreau has stated he wants Clint Eastwood to cameo and potentially direct an episode.
Oh, man. Can you imagine?
You already got
Eastwood.
like Nick Nolte playing an Ugnaught looking dude.
Oh my god. So check this out. And I don't know if Marquez from Marquez Shirts is here, but if not, I think I got to make a t-shirt on Teesprings, and you guys tell me. We've been doing this whole I love or hashtag I love Star Wars, and Marquez is sending me a hashtag I love Star Wars shirt, which I can't. He sent it to me already this week, and so I can't wait to get it. But watching that, I want to make one that says hashtag I love Star Wars. I have spoken.
That was
We need to make that available here.
I laughed.
We need to make that available here in the Point Extra Lounge. Would you guys want a hashtag I love Star
Heck yeah.
Wars, I have spoken t-shirt, because what a great line to just keep repeating over again. I have spoken. It's like, shut up. I have spoken.
Let it be written, let it be said. That it be
That's, you know what? That's amazing that you said that, because like they were talking about today on.
you don't even know what that is.
I think it was I think it was the John Campea show. They were talking about it's like one of those lines. It's very much like "So let it be written, so let it be done" from the Ten Commandments. It's like boom, there it is, man. It's a great slogan. It's a great thing, like because John Campea was saying that he wanted a shirt that just says "I have spoken."
It's a 3-letter mic drop.
Oh my gosh, it's so good, so good. I have spoken. Like no matter what you say, I have spoken. I have spoken. That was cool. That's cool. But Clint Eastwood, you know what I would love to see Clint Eastwood play? An older Mandalorian, because obviously there's going to be more Mandalorians in this thing. I mean, he goes to that Mandalorian underground. Who saw that coming? He goes to an underground Mandalorian thing. I love the fact that he is piecing his armor together. Also, oh my gosh, that is so cool that he's piecing the armor together. He obviously has a history, because with each stroke that she was making that pauldron
William
for him.
was just stating that too.
And with each stroke, he's got those flashbacks of him as a kid, whatever, and being left behind. It looks like being stuffed down into something and being left
Very
behind.
Boba-ish.
Oh my gosh! And so with each strike, he's remembering that, and so he's piecing together. And then I love the fact that like the lady who was creating it for him mentioned
No,
the
it's
fact.
not Flash 65. It's next week. They're taking a week
break.
a week break for Flash and for Arrow. Unfortunately.
So, but I love the fact that with each strike and whatever, and then she says to him that the leftover,
Very
whatever
fortunate. Well, whatever's left is going to go to a lot
the
of good families.
foundlings. The foundlings. So apparently they're finding more Mandalorians or whatever that are out there, and that is going to help restore them. And that his signet has not been revealed yet, so we don't know what house he's from.
Oh, yep.
Right? So, you know, and if there's Mandalorians, at some point, does Sabine have...
I was thinking that too, Darth Tasty.
Does Sabine Wren have to play a part in this at some point? Because...
And will she have the black saber?
Sabine was a major part of the last time we saw any Mandalorians in the Rebels cartoon.
Yep.
She was a major part of that. The black saber, you could totally see that showing up here in this show if they got this underground of Mandalorians and stuff. Oh my gosh.
Caleb and Darth Tasty had two great things. Caleb's... go ahead.
One like tiny thing that I liked was when he was walking in, like down that hallway and like into that room, like above the door was that Mandalorian.
That
like,
metal Mandalorian looking thing.
I
That was
really
cool. I want
like,
one of those in our house.
Yeah, let's say
What a door knocker of that.
It would go right there.
Oh, you want it right there? Every episode, just like right there.
Yes. But Caleb said also, I was surprised when the Unreal Engine logo showed up in the credits. I looked it up, and the entire CGI and matte painting backgrounds were rendered in Unreal Engine. And then William says, epic rules the world, Caleb. But Darth Tasty said, did anybody notice that when they rolled the credits, the end song kind of sounded a little like Rocky music?
Yes.
That's what I told him.
That.
I noticed that. I was like, dun, dun. It was like,
yeah. Well, I mean, you got Creed. You got Apollo Creed in there. Might as well.
And then Caleb just said, I want Clint Eastwood as an Imperial officer. That would be really cool. He's played the anti-hero outlaw so many times. I'd like to see him play a lawman.
You know who I'm thinking?
Moff Tarkinish.
Yeah, no, who was the guy who he was in Rebels, and he Vizsla. What was his first name?
He played good old Yondo.
I can't think of his first name right now. It's eluding me. I want to say Sly, but I'm just thinking Sly because of the whole Rocky thing. Pre Vizsla. Now, how old would Pre Vizsla be at about this point? Because did he die?
He said Pre Vizsla just as you did.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. So Pre Vizsla, did he die or did he live? Because I could see, if I remember right, I could see Clint Eastwood playing an older Pre Vizsla.
What about an older Thrawn?
No,
Not that time frame.
No. I mean, it's the right time frame, but it's not. He wouldn't be that old. I mean, yeah, he wouldn't be that old by then.
Plus, we don't know where Thrawn is.
But Pre Vizsla, Pre-Vizsla. Well, I guess if it's only 5 years after Jedi,
we don't know
if it's
where
after
they're-
5 years after Jedi, because the last time we saw them, that would have been just before.
He said Pre-Vizsla died and Jon Favreau voiced him.
That's right. That's right. So I couldn't remember if he died or not. It's been a while since I've watched some of that. So
He could be a Vizsla ghost.
That's right.
William says, "This is what I'm saying. There is just so much opportunity with the show. There is no end."
Right? It's just it's so good. It's so good. I just cannot. I mean, a lot of times you wait for something like this.
tasty.
A lot of times you wait for something like this, and it's either just disappointing.
Caleb said, "Wait, Pre-Vizsla was Clone Wars."
Yeah, Pre-Vizsla was Clone Wars. Yeah.
You said Rebels.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say Rebels? I'm sorry. Yeah, no, Pre-Vizsla. Anyways, yeah, but I think you see what I'm seeing. Like
It's a never-ending movie.
it is. That's the cool thing. Now let's get back to this point though. I assumed
around.
that it would be an hour.
Oh,
It
each
was not
episode?
an hour.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
from start to finish. It was
Oh,
only
yeah, I assumed it was
39
gonna be an
minutes. That's
hour.
with all the
'Cause-
credits and everything included. It's 39 minutes.
Titans is just under 50.
Yeah.
And then Stranger Things is just under 50 or under an hour.
So, but what I'm saying though is usually
kinda
like
making it,
even if it
more
wasn't
now.
a full hour, like you would think like because usually TV shows are about 40 minutes and then 20
Yeah.
minutes worth of
But we
commercials.
got so much in that 39 minutes.
We did, but it seemed like it went so fast.
Well, yeah, because we wanted to see more.
Yeah, but I mean, there was probably over 5 minutes of
Lead up when they were in that first scene.
well,
and
there was over 5 minutes of credits and all that stuff. So I mean, like we only probably got about what 30 to maybe 34 minutes of actual show. So you know, I don't know if that's just the first one
Yeah.
or if they'll vary in length.
William
Yeah.
says it's although I felt it had a satisfying beginning, middle, and end. I think the show did what it needed to.
Needed to do.
Caleb
Sorry,
said 49 minutes, the kind of made him mad. Makes me think that an ad-supported version of Disney Plus is coming, thus making the episode an hour long.
Well, I don't know if it has to be ad supported because look at Netflix. Netflix does episodes though that are only 40 minutes. Of because we watch Black Mirror.
I was just gonna say Black Mirror.
And
is
Black
very-
Mirror is all over the place. Black Mirror, like there's
They'll be
one
like 35 minutes, 49 minutes.
there's one
hour
that's
and
like
5.
38 minutes, and then there's one that's like almost 2 hours. So
The B one.
oh my gosh. Yeah, but so it could be all over the place. It literally could be. It'll be interesting to see when episode 2 comes out, what the difference is. Is
Yeah,
it the same?
Yeah, same, longer, or hopefully not shorter.
Now, what did you guys think of the fact that that this first episode? I was really kind of surprised with the fact that the first episode was not directed by Jon Favreau, that it was directed by Dave Filoni. And honestly, so I was watching John Campea today talk about it, and I was very disappointed with him and Robert Burnett's assumptions. It was like they were just trying to come up with something negative about the show. Like
Marquez just showed up.
What's up, Marquez? It's like they were trying to come up with something negative about the show because like they were talking about it and they're just like, well, it kind of looked like a first-time animator director's like, shut up. No, it didn't.
No.
It didn't. There's nothing about this that if you saw this for the first time, not knowing that it was Dave Filoni, that you'd go, oh yeah, this looks like an It's when people just talk just to sound smart that I just want to slap them. Because that is just the dumbest statement ever. It looked like it was an animator's first time directing live action. No, it didn't. There was nothing about that because then they step back from the comment and go, but I really loved it and I was smiling the whole time and blah blah blah. We just got to find something. And people are in the comments going, you guys are nitpicking the crap out of this thing just to find something to be able to say, hey, we're trying to be objective. It's like sometimes you just love something and you just go, this was pretty darn good. We liked it. Why can't you just say that? I don't understand why everybody's got to act like they got to come up with something negative to say about it, like anything, just to be negative, just to sound like you're smarter about it or something. Just like sometimes you just like it.
Jose Mercado just said, "Guess what?"
What?
That's all he said is, "Guess what?"
Yeah.
Guess what?
Caleb said then there's a choose your own adventure that can last over 4 hours.
Oh.
The Bandersnatch.
Yes. The Bandersnatch thing. Holy cow. Like, I have gone down so many things with the Bandersnatch thing. Like, there's still so many options that I could still do with the Bandersnatch thing. I love it. Marquez, we were talking about you, buddy. We were talking about you. So you got the whole hashtag I love Star Wars shirt come in, and I was telling everybody about that. And I said, you know what we need next is now that we've seen, I don't know if you've seen The Mandalorian, but now we're going to have a t-shirt that says hashtag I love Star Wars. I have spoken. Because this is good. It's just so good.
Caleb said also, I was really impressed by the soundtrack. I was a little worried when the guy who scored Black Panther was announced for the series, but he hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
Marquez said, yes, I did. I loved the first episode. And Jose Mercado says, I'm in my dad's account again. I'm late again, aren't I?
It's all right because we got no Flash tonight, so we're talking Mandalorian right now.
We're talking nerdy.
And Hail Caesar said, I like the glimpse of Mando culture when he got his piece of armor. Exactly. That was, I think that's super cool. I think that's really cool to be able to see some of that in live action because we've never seen any of that in live action before. It's always, we got a lot of it in the Clone Wars and we actually got a lot of it in Rebels. But to now get some of that in live action, and like we keep saying, it's like the possibilities are endless. Where
William
are they going?
said, "Love the Western vibe. This truly is space Western at its best."
Yeah, and I thought it was cool how they set up the first one like that. He was like this hardened guy who like just didn't care. Like he's not talking to his first Hall. He doesn't talk to him at all.
Plus, when he goes down there, he sees that there's all these other ones, and it's like, what? And then he gets off the ship, and there's like 5 of them.
Yep. He acts like he's like emotionless. He doesn't care. He doesn't talk. He's not saying a word. And then all of a sudden, he sees Baby Yoda, and he's just like,
It's
so I think it's going to change
Puss in
him.
Boots when he goes like this, and he's like,
I think that's the catalyst that's going to change him. It's going to bring something out of him and then connect him with these other people around him and give him this softer side all of a sudden, And how much you want to bet that he ends up reprogramming IG-11?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. One thing that William said earlier is that he thought for a second that they were going to actually kill Baby Yoda. I was like, I actually thought so first too because it like pinned like right to Mando right as he's shot.
Yeah.
So for like that half second, I was like, wait, did they actually do that?
Like, why'd you even show us the Baby Yoda if you're just going to shoot him? Like, what was that about? Or you shoot him and, like, it goes to a shot of the Baby Yoda's just, like, standing there, like, holding the blaster. the blast,
That would be funny.
No. Darth Tasty says, according to what I read online, all the episodes are going to be right about 40 minutes with credits, and the whole season is 320 minutes long, which would be 8 episodes. Okay. And then William says, I like how the character is revealed to be way more deep and have a lot more depth to his character.
Mm-hmm. It was just like earlier when he was trying to raid that animal, like he tried to get on a few times and got kicked off, and he's like, okay, I'm done, I'm not going to do this. Do you have like a land spirit or something?
Yep.
And then he gets that talk, he's like, no, your
ancestors rode the mythosaur or whatever. Yeah. The mythosaur. I love that.
And then he like gives it a chance again and then ends up riding it.
Right?
That's very Ezra Bridger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, also it was very much like Boba Fett from the holiday special.
I haven't seen that.
You got to watch that. I mean, just the way that they had the Mandalorian take out the creature that comes from under the ice is straight out of the holiday special, because that is exactly how Boba Fett is introduced in the holiday special. Is this creature that is attacking Luke, and so he's got that prong electrical thing that they brought back for this show, and so
Did you guys read any of these?
A couple of them.
Less thing.
You know what's crazy? What's crazy? The more I talk about Star Wars, and like this stuff just like pops back into my mind. Sometimes I'm just like, dang, I have like digested so much Star Wars over my life that it's like a Rolodex. It's like remember this thing that happened right here, and yeah, it's just kind of
Worse
weird.
than a chick remembering this.
Yeah, it's
Darth
crazy.
Tasty said haters need something to hate.
Yeah.
Jose Mercado said, Marquez said, Baby Yoda, force sensitive or not, what do you guys think? Then William says, I usually know when the show pulls the shot and it's not what you think happens, but this time it felt different and I thought they might have actually killed the baby.
Yes, that's what we were just saying, that it felt like they may have actually killed it.
Yeah.
Mercado said, I need that hat in my life.
Oh, this one. But yeah, I actually thought that they shot the Baby Yoda until it showed IG-11 fall over.
Well, yeah.
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 And then William says, that's what I thought, Enosh. And then Caleb just said, just imagine being stuck as a baby for 50 years.
Well, and we don't know, like, what is the intelligence level of that creature, because we haven't heard it talk. Maybe it talks, right? Maybe the first 50 years is that gestational kind of like babyish kind of thing, and then the next 50 years is like the development of it, because it's got
Kind of like
because,
a dog is
because
7 years in 1 year.
Well, yeah, because Yoda says that he's been training Jedi for what, 800 years?
Mm-hmm.
And Yoda was 900 years old, so that would have been from like about 100 years, right?
Yeah.
It's
So-
okay.
Yeah, and it was like, we got
I
the
think
line
it's
from Mando.
GameStop.
We got that line from Mando. He's like, I thought he said it was 50, and then IG-11 said, yeah, some species
Age
like,
differently.
Yeah, like mature like at a different rate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So obviously, you know,
Maybe we'll have to watch it again.
we'll have to learn some more now about Yoda's species, about how it grows, how it
We may, through The Mandalorian, learn more about Yoda, which is awesome.
that's phenomenal. Maybe we'll learn more about Yoda and Yaddle and their adventures together.
And if
apparently.
they have little stuffed animals of their little baby Yoda, I need to have one of those to put next to my pork. Because I have a murder of porks.
Apparently, brown chicken,
And I
brown
have
cow
pork-
equals little Yoda.
And I have porglets.
You got porklets.
I have a murder of porgs.
Yes. Did you know that a collection of porgs is called a murder of porgs, just like penguins?
I has a murder.
I thought it was crows.
No, I think it's penguins. Is it penguins? I think it's
Ask
penguins.
Siri. Okay.
It's a murder of porgs. It is crows. Okay.
Darth Tasty said it was crows. Go Isaac.
There you go.
And Mercado said, guess what again? Caleb said jinx. And Caleb says, I want a baby toy now, that or Yoda toy, so me and him are in the same boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
penguins are called a
If I
colony.
find two, I'll send you one.
A what?
A colony.
A colony. Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm Yoda's height. That's funny.
Mike said, it's crows. Can I please get a shout out?
What's up, Mike? Yes, Mike. Mike Oxred. Yes, absolutely. Welcome. So good to hear from you. I love it when people who've been watching actually say something and like it's their first time saying something, because that's why we're here. We're here to have conversations, man. We're here to meet new people, and that's why we started the channel, you know. And
Exactly.
that's why we're just slowly
Hanging out on a Tuesday night.
That's right. That's why we're
That's
slowly just. I
Oh,
know.
he's so adorable.
She's looking at the baby Yoda now.
Yeah.
He's like as cute as our dog.
Yeah. There's
Now
a
we
page
need
that I follow
little
on,
pet Yoda.
Yeah, there's this page that I follow on Instagram called DC Marvel Unite, and they said I would die for Baby Yoda, and then posted.
Send me that
two
picture.
different
That's
pictures.
adorable.
Oh my god.
That needs to be my background on my
Big
phone.
eyes.
Very Puss in Boots.
Oh my gosh. That's so cute.
And even looks like really good, like for even just
Right?
a little bit that we got.
Yeah, like it the
There's
CGI
a lot
looks
of detail.
really great. Like the hair on its head, and man, so cute.
Darth Tasty said baby feet and wet himself Yoda. LOL.
Baby what? But
Baby feed and wet
himself. Coming this Christmas from the Mandalorian line. Didn't think you were gonna get that, did you?
Yeah, exactly. Jose said, I'm Yoda's height. We are compatible.
Nice.
Who here is the smartest? Caleb says, have you watched any of the other Disney Plus stuff yet? I watch High School Musical, the musical, the series, and The World According to Jeff Goldblum. I
wanna watch
also
that one.
want to watch the Lady and the Tramp remake. That is
and
one
I,
thing
yeah.
that me and Isaac want to watch really bad.
Yeah, I want to
So-
watch that
You
too.
said the High School Musical one. I saw the trailer for that, and it was like I didn't really like want to watch it.
Does it make you want to keep your head in game?
Because of how much I loved like 1, 2, and 3. It was like it just doesn't look that good to me, but I probably still might give it a chance.
Yeah. Well, it's like Bruce Jennings said today in the live stream that I did this afternoon, he said, like, should I get it? Like, should I get, Disney? Is it worth it? And here's the thing. There is so much on the Disney streaming service.
I'm still finding stuff hours later.
Yeah, I have not had a chance to. So my biggest complaint is because I can't pull it up on my TV without pulling up the Apple TV, pulling out the Apple TV and hooking it up and doing that whole thing, or bringing down the Roku or whatever. So I've had it on my phone today, and there was a couple of times that I was gonna like start something, like as I was driving or stuff, just to have it on in the car or whatever. And then it was like usually I do that with YouTube. It's like I put something on YouTube and I listen to it while I'm driving and stuff. And so I ended up just going back to YouTube instead. But I mean, there's so many things on there. I mean, there's something.
Caesar
literally
said I watched the making of the OT.
Oh.
Is it OT?
Original trilogy. Is that the Empire one? Empire, was it? I just told you about it. Empire of.
I've seen it a handful of times today.
Me and Isaac actually want to watch the Imagineer behind the scenes kind of thing, and then Isaac has not seen any of
Empire of Dreams. Empire of Dreams.
How Walt Disney came to, come up with the parks and all that other stuff. So Isaac wants to watch that stuff, and I've watched that stuff before, but I would gladly watch it again. But the Imagineers is something that fascinates the heck out of me. My brother actually wanted to be one, so Isaac, going into some of the career that he wants to, is very interesting stuff to learn about the behind the scenes of the Disney World.
I tell you what, do yourself a favor. That Empire of Dreams documentary has been out for a long time. It used to actually, you used to be able to actually get that on its like own separate DVD and stuff, and actually VHS. I think that was available on VHS a long time ago.
Caleb says, I recommend getting a Chromecast. It's $35, and you can cast stuff directly from your phone. No bulky box. No need to download an app on the device, etc.
I think it's just like it's like small, like a Fire Stick.
Jose said, gotta go. Good night, my friends. It's very good to see you.
Guess what? It's good to have you here.
Yes.
The Empire of Dreams came out in 2004, it says.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Graf Fuller said Chris Taylor book is great too. Darth Tasty said the only main movie that isn't on there right now is The Last Jedi. That's because it's still on Netflix.
Also Solo.
And then also they didn't do the holiday special or the Ewok movies. And then Lost Knowledge says, well, gotta go. You guys have a great night. Cheers.
Hey, you too, Lost Knowledge. Yeah, so the only two movies that aren't on there right now are Solo and The Last Jedi, just because they're finishing out their runs on Netflix.
Yeah. And
in their pants.
You probably won't see the holiday special ever on there, just because the holiday special is one of those things, if you've never seen the holiday special, you got
on VHS.
Yeah, if you've never seen the holiday special, you got to see the holiday. Every Star Wars fan needs to see the holiday special, but
we recommend a way to watch it.
So here's what I would recommend if you've never watched the holiday special. First of all, don't be like me. Don't watch it alone.
Like Napoleon Dynamite.
Because my ex-wife wouldn't watch it with me, and so I got a bootleg copy off of eBay, and finally I actually spent good money on that stupid holiday special, because I bought it once from a guy for $20 on VHS, the bootleg, and the guy never sent it to me. The guy never sent it. It's the only thing I ever bought on eBay that never got sent to me. And this was like back in the early days.
Caesar did say, yeah, Chromecast is a USB port. It's awesome. So that's two people that have.
Yeah. So I did that, and then I finally had to buy another copy, and I ended up getting it and watching it. But I watched it by myself, and I like settled in, man. I had some popcorn. I was like all set and ready, and I'm just like 10 minutes in, I'm like, I feel like I'm dumber for having watched it. So,
okay.
So do this. Do yourself a favor. First of all, either watch it with people, for sure. Yeah. Don't watch it by yourself, because I noticed I watched it in a group once. There was a group of about 7 or 8 of us, and we watched it, and it was fun because we could make fun of it, we could laugh about it and stuff. And if you're watching it by yourself, trying to watch it as a serious thing,
you're just fully focused on it.
You're gonna want to shoot yourself by the time
like
the thing's
done. Like the little Chewbacca looking thing watching the dancing.
Lumpy, man. Poor Lumpy, man. The kid gets yelled. Apparently, Lumpy is now canon again.
What's up, Wicked Steve?
Lumpy is canon again. Oh, let's talk about that. So speaking of the holiday special,
we also have.
They canonized Life Day again.
I know. They mentioned
In
it
the
in here.
In the Mandalorian, they canonized Life Day
When
again.
he got when he's like, I was hoping to be home by Life Day. Before
Right?
he froze him in carbonite.
Yeah, so that's a big deal because we have not heard about Life Day since then. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, but either do that or you know what, you can do yourself a favor and it's right here on YouTube. Just look it up.
You just keep upset that the holiday special is available on YouTube.
Yep, the regular holiday special is definitely available on YouTube now. But what I suggest for you to do is look up the Riff Tracks version.
That's
of
how
the
we're going to
holiday
introduce
special.
the kids to it.
Okay. Watch Riff Tracks is some of the guys who used to be a part of Mystery Science Theater 3000. And they do this thing called Riff Tracks. They actually do it there. It's like an event that usually comes to
they were
movie
here at
theaters.
the Capitol Theater 2 days ago.
That was Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh, Mystery Science Theater.
That wasn't actually Riff Tracks. That was actually Mystery Science Theater 3000.
That's
was
cool.
here in Flint. But they actually do these things where they simulcast out to different movie theaters and stuff, and basically they take an old film, some
like
old,
Anaconda.
Yeah,
that was one of ours.
That was one that we went to. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
But usually it's like some old like cheesy science fiction film or
and
whatever.
And they pretty much rip on it, so it's like you're watching the movie, but yet they're making fun of it the entire time, and you're laughing your butt off.
Yeah, they've got a scripted.
You would love it.
They've got a scripted thing of making fun of the movies, and so I actually have a version of the Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Oh, nice.
That I have on a jump drive. I got on a jump drive.
Got a handful of questions.
But do yourself a favor. Watch that version
at least once
of the holiday special. At least once. Even if you've already seen the holiday special and you're like, I never want to see the holiday special again. Get a couple of friends, get a pizza, and watch the Riff Tracks version here on YouTube, and you'll be happy you did because it's really funny.
Marquez said, well, The Mandalorian has a name since Pedro Pascal said the name in an interview, and it's not Boba Fett. Caleb said, was talking about Last Jedi. He said just in time to do a marathon before seeing episode 9. Available on YouTube. Wicked Steve said hello. Caleb said, or just watch the animated segment. The Boba Fett short is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Hail Caesar said Ewoks 1 or 2. What's a better movie?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. It's the one thing that I have never got around to watching. Are the Ewoks movies?
I didn't know that was an actual thing.
I saw a picture of an
there
evil
are two of
Ewok
them.
in Mark Uno's video.
You say I thought when you were doing the Mark Uno video, I thought that was something that you made up, like
No.
an Ewok movie.
Oh, you thought I made that up?
Yeah.
No, you mean you thought Mark Uno would say something that wasn't real? Oh, he's gonna be very upset with you now, Isaac.
He's gonna be calling out
Mark
Isaac
Uno.
Kenobi on his show.
Mark Uno is gonna be very disappointed when he hears that you would think that he would make something up, because Mark Uno would not make something up, for sure.
Darth Tasty said, I honestly don't remember which Ewok movie is better. I haven't seen it in over 30 years.
From what I've heard, one is better than the second one.
Graf Fuller said Jon Favreau loves the holiday special. Darth Tasty said neither of them were all that great, though. They were on Disney when I was a kid. Caleb said Ewoks 1 was better than Ewoks 2. Definitely a guilty pleasure of mine. Soy-based Jeremy said, hey.
What's up, Soy-based Jeremy?
Hail Caesar said, I just remember the fast guy in Ewoks 2. And
I remember that one guy was, because I watched a little bit of it, I remember that the one kid was named Mace, which I thought was interesting because then Samuel L. Jackson's
Mace Windu.
character was Mace Windu. So
Wicked Steve said that movie never happened. And then Soy-based Jeremy said, Poindexter, I expected you on the RK Outpost.
yeah, I fell asleep, man. I'm so sorry. I literally had such a busy day on Saturday. I got like 2 hours sleep Friday night going into Saturday, and I had to get up Saturday morning and do a bunch of stuff and get a bunch of stuff done. And unfortunately, I was literally I came upstairs.
He said it's all good.
I know. But I wanted to be. I watched a little bit of the end of it. I talked about this earlier. But I did. I was ready to do it, and I came upstairs to watch something with Tiffany, and I totally fell asleep laying in bed, and then I woke up, about 11:30?
You fell asleep for like 5 hours, but I had a migraine take me down Saturday, so I lost a day. So him sleeping 5 hours was like, yay, I get to just relax and watch
She
TV.
didn't wake me up, and I didn't set an
'Cause you
alarm because
never
I wasn't planning on falling asleep. We sat there watching, I think, Ridiculousness or something like that, and Like by the time I woke up, it was 11:30, and I was hungry, and then I think I still ended up staying up till 3 in the morning. So
Caleb said, definitely watch Caravan of Courage, Enosh. It's better than the 2 Ewok films, and the second one.
that's right, because there's 3 Ewok films, isn't there?
And then he says, and the second one ties into Force Awakens. Trust me, it does. A certain ship appears in the movie. Sweet. William says, Tiff, I'm going to DM you a t-shirt idea I have for the I Love Star Wars campaign. Do it. I can't do it like you guys say. Do it.
Quote Palpatine.
Darth Tasty said, never. I believe everything you Uno says. Or Mark Uno says.
Hashtag I love Star Wars. I have spoken.
Soybase Jeremy says, looks like bed hair on the side, LOL. And Marquez says, have you guys seen the 12 Parsec Stare Boba Fett fan
Are you talking about my hair?
I don't know whose.
I can't do anything with it, man. Although I did have some guy tell me the other day
that he likes your hair.
That he liked my hair because it's curly. If y'all haven't noticed, I've been growing it out.
Was it a compliment or
was it
definitely
a compliment.
he hitting on you?
No,
or was it both?
You said yep.
What can I say, man? It's my hair. I used to have really long hair.
Mine's frizzy just because I took a shower and my hair I'm just letting it air dry.
I used to back when I was about 16, when I was starting my first band, I started growing out my hair, and I got my hair all the way down my back.
You had hair that made women jealous.
Yes, I did.
But you didn't use.
I didn't use product
like you do now.
Use product. So, yeah, I had really long hair. I'll throw one of those pictures up on the community page for you guys to see and judge me and make fun of me from when I was back in my early 20s, where I couldn't grow much facial hair, but apparently I could grow it out of the top of my head. So.
That's what William said.
That's really cool.
Nice.
I like both.
I like both. Yeah. Those are cool.
He said he just put that together quickly while watching the show with us.
Oh, that's awesome. Those are awesome.
You rock, William.
So there's only 2 films. So which one is called what? Because there's the Ewok Adventure, and then what is the second one? Caravan of Courage?
No, there's like 2
Courage.
films.
Caravan of Courage is the first one, because that came out
Budget slashed.
in 84. And then Battle for Endor came out in 85.
Well, then what is the Ewok Adventure then? Oh, it's just Star Wars Ewok Adventures? No, wait. No.
I searched up the Ewok movies.
Now it's going to bug me, and I'm going to have to watch
Aww.
it.
We had like the funniest joke from Wicked Steve and then the sweetest thing from Graf Fuller.
Okay.
Steve said, hashtag I love dark side Star Wars and my Boba Fett G-string. Graf Fuller said, love you all, #1.
Aw.
Soybase Jeremy says, I can't grow facial hair to save my life due to being part Native American, apparently. Graf Fuller says, love Star Wars. Hail Caesar said, you should watch the Den of Nerds and Jeremy portion of the debate. They find lots of common ground at the end.
Good.
And then
Good.
Caleb says, the first one is Caravan of Courage, an Ewok adventure.
Oh, that's where I'm getting that mixed up, because I thought the first one was called an Ewok Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All I know is according to Mark Uno, I'm looking forward to seeing Darth Violent. It's played by Wicket, who was trained under Palpatine.
He was trying to say hashtag I, and then he must have hit send, and then love Star Wars.
So that was an interesting thing, guys, that happened to me this week. So you guys know that I did the. I'm not going to end up making its own video because the guy deleted his original.
Retracted his.
He deleted his post to me, but I thought it was so funny. So you guys know I did the Mark Uno parodies of
William
Mike Zero.
says the Mark Uno stuff might be the best thing I've ever seen.
Nice. I'm doing a new one tonight. I'm doing it. I got it written. And I've been having a lot of fun with those. And obviously the second one I thought was much better than the first one. Because I kind of... The first one, I was more worried about like how I was doing it and getting it all set up. And the second one, I was able to just kind of flow.
Sorry.
And they'll get better. They'll get better. But I thought it was so funny because after the first video...
I'm going on very little sleep myself.
After the first video, a guy contacted me to tell me that he was friends with Mike Zero. And that they had worked together in a in a movie theater and like needed to tell me that Mike Zero is a hard-working guy. Like that he's a good guy and he's a hard-working guy. To which I said, you know what? I got nothing personal against Mike Zero. It's just that I know that he's probably hardworking because he's like putting out all these videos. But the problem is that they're all fake. Like that's the problem that I have with it. Yeah. Is that I feel that it's messed up the Star Wars community to some point. I think it's been a problem because between episodes 7 and 8, Mike was out there touting all this stuff as being real. That was not, and people were getting their hopes up. Look, I wanted Snoke to be Darth Plagueis too, but you know what?
I've had that theory since Force Awakens.
Yeah, but it wasn't the case. So the thing but then like he's like doubled and tripled and quadrupled down now going into Rise of Skywalker, where he's literally thrown everything in the kitchen sink in there, and he's just like everything's going to be in this. That's why I had to finally make these videos, but. The funniest you guys, you don't even understand. It's the funniest message that I have gotten from anybody ever on YouTube or anything else.
Some great messages we gotta say.
Okay,
they're catching up.
Because I tell you what, this guy messages me out of nowhere and says to me, in fact, I can pull it up.
Hey, while you're doing that, can I read some of their stuff?
Yes.
Okay, so, Caleb says, but what's cool is the villain of the second Ewok movie is a witch of Dathomir.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I said, ooh.
Nice.
Oh.
And then Soybase Jeremy said, yep, Robert Storm expected to be attacked, and then him and Jeremy found middle ground, and he made everyone laugh. Darth Tasty said the second one is Battle of Endor, I think. Mm-hmm. Jeremy said, he even said that TLJ is full of politics and SJW ideologies, but he loves it. Darth Tasty says, I agree with William. The Mark Uno stuff is hilarious. Marquez says it's a problem because people believe in what he says in his videos. Your parodies are gold, man.
Aw, thank you.
And then Jeremy says Mike Zero is hated by everyone in the Star Wars community since his clickbait ASF.
Now, see, that's what I thought too. Until I'm telling you right now, until I got this. Apparently, there's some people out there, and this is what concerns me. Is it's either literally that people are either that dumb that they think that they think that it's real.
Hail Caesar says, yep, Poindexter Mike just makes stuff up a lot. Jeremy says even Jeremy made a parody. Darth Tasty says, and watch when the movie comes out, Mike Zero will claim he's right because he predicted everything. He's bound to be right about something.
Yeah,
that's
Caleb
what I said
says,
too.
I am Caleb Richardson. No more. I am Marco Zilch. Jeremy says that was like last year. And then William said, also, I was really upset about my Disney Plus situation because my brother was sick today and trying to watch The Return of the Jedi, and he had to pay for it because Disney Plus wasn't working.
Aww.
That's such a bummer. You talk while you...
All right, I'm just trying to find my... I kind of needed you to talk here for a second while I was trying to find my... Because I got it on my other phone. But I was trying to find the comments. Yeah. I was just trying to find the comments because I want to get this right because it was so darn funny.
Soybase Jeremy said, asteroids don't concern me, Admiral. Your lack of intelligence. Darth Vader to Mark Zero.
My gosh, I'm telling you what. So it won't. Here. Maybe.
William said the parodies are so good, Inash. You nailed the character. Every time you mentioned a new person who directed the film, I literally started crying laughing.
Oh, there's plenty more. There's plenty more. You want to talk about the Mandalorian just having like so many options and like not being able to
You
like.
should have Mark Uno do a review of Mandalorian. Just be like, oh yeah, in episode 2, like all these people are showing up, or be like, oh yeah, by the end of the
Exactly
season.
right. Exactly right. Where is it? Okay. So this was just absolutely.
Graf Fuller said, talk to you all later. Thanks for bringing the droid back to Star Wars. Bye for now.
Okay, man. We'll talk to you later. Hey, thanks for joining us. It's gone from here. I can't pull it up on here. But so basically the gist of it was the person first said this to me, and I literally, I'm so glad I wasn't drinking something, because the person literally said, Mike Zero is a man with a girlfriend, and he is a 10 of a person. Your video is cringe, and you're a loser. And I'm sorry. I think the person was trying to offend me.
Yeah.
But when you come out the gate saying, defending Mike Zero, and you say Mike Zero is a man, and then you say, and he has a girlfriend, to which I replied back, I said, Mike has a girlfriend? Where does he have time? He put out like 10 videos yesterday, literally 10 videos yesterday Mike Zero put out. I counted them. And I'm not even subscribed to him, but Mike Zero's stuff just keeps, because I'm a Star Wars fan and I watch a bunch of Star Wars stuff, it just keeps showing up in my newsfeed. And so I
He posts
laughed.
a video like every hour.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours ago.
We're looking at it right now.
One day, one day.
It's just gotten like crazy out of
One day.
I'm telling you, 10 videos. So I said,
One day.
2, 3, 4.
so I said, how does he have time for a girlfriend when he literally
12
put
videos just yesterday.
12. So that was by 7 o'clock. So 12 videos yesterday, right? So I said, so how does he have time for a girlfriend? He put out 10 videos today, and then the guy came back and said, well, you know, it's just like any other job. You know, like if a guy was, he says,
11 videos Sunday.
This is like, it's like any other job. Like if a guy working construction, like 10 hours, like it's the same deal. And I said,
Did you read what Jeremy said?
I said, okay. I said, but you know, the problem that I have with it is that it's all fake. That's the problem I have with it. You know, I mean, that I don't care how many videos a guy puts out. You know, like if I had more time, I'd put out more videos every day because I love putting out videos. So I don't have a problem with that. I said, the problem that I have with it is that, you know, come on, man. You know, because he's talking about how hardworking he is and stuff. I said, you know, that's fine. I said, but because he's like, I met him once. And he is an awesome person.
Even for on Sunday, he made one that says new trailer, but we never got a new
No,
trailer.
so he says this, and so then I said, look, I just have a problem with the fact that it's all fake. And he comes back and he goes, the only people who care about if it's fake or not are nerds. You're a nerd.
Yep.
And I was like, so I wrote back and I'm like, yep. Like, have you watched the channel at all? If you're around the channel at all, what are we?
A place for nerds.
We're a place for nerds. It's on our T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I said I wear that proudly. I wear that shirt out in public.
Oh,
so
yeah.
so I'm sorry if you're trying
Because people
to.
ask about it and then they're like, "Oh, let me tell you about it. Let me show you where to go."
It's like the person who sent me a message not too long ago that said, "Oh, you're trying to make nerds a cool thing. That'll never happen." I'm like, well, I don't know. The last
Challenge
15
accepted.
the last 15 years of nerd culture kind of taking over everything kind of speaks to no, I think you're wrong. So like I had to laugh. I said, dude, I'm happy to be a nerd. Yes, I am a nerd, and I think that it is important that people report the wrong things, like just make up stuff on the fly. I said, you know what? Mike can be the nicest guy in the world. I said, but you know what? I took it a step further.
We've got two really good
I'm a
questions.
nerd, and I got married, and I procreated.
You married a nerd.
I'm a nerd who got married, so I don't just have a girlfriend, and I procreated.
Anyway, I think
I'm sorry.
we have to go
It
back
might
to
just
that.
be me.
Yeah, I know.
But that just to
Well,
me
that's not-
was the funniest
Yeah, I know.
thing.
He
Like
was
to
just
be
saying it was
called
a
a
joke.
nerd by somebody trying to defend Mike Zero. And then also got told that my video was cringe. I love somebody defended Mike Zero's videos to me, calling my video, which is a parody of Mike Zero's videos, and saying that mine was cringe. It's a parody. You're basically putting down the person.
Weird Al's probably gone through the same thing.
I know, but it's like, but that doesn't even make any sense. That's like saying, you suck because you're doing something that this guy's doing, but this guy's cool, but you suck for doing exactly what he was doing. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what else we got?
Anyway, and then William said, and you add the etc. at the perfect moment, but
Right.
you don't overdo all the things he does to do it perfect, just like him.
It's all about timing, baby. It's all about timing. You just put in that special sub. Chris Terrio, if you watch the videos, like the last one, I think I go on this like whole rant, and then I'm like, and Chris Terrio, because like he he talks about Chris Terrio like he talks about JJ now. You got to notice these little things about Mike. So Mike will say things like JJ and crew are working on he's like JJ's friend. Like they hang out on the weekends. So JJ and crew, and of course George Lucas and Chris Terrio. Like he knows Chris Terrio. Like he's got Chris Terrio on speed dial or something.
He had like 20.
I love the picture that I found of Chris Terrio where they took it. I think it was from Man of Steel. No, it's Batman versus Superman actually, because Chris Terrio helped write Batman versus Superman. But it's a picture of it's supposed to be where Superman is floating in the air and the people are on top of the roof waiting for Superman, and the person's like up like with their hand like that, and Superman's coming down to save him with the flood. Except for they're looking up and it's Chris Terrio's head.
Okay, so we have Hail Caesar saying EVS has a theory that at the end of the season the Mando will be revealed as a woman. And then Caleb said, at Point Dexter Lounge, what are y'all's thoughts on the Batman casting Andy Serkis as Alfred and Colin Farrell as the Penguin?
Good discussion points for this.
So hold on to that thought.
Okay.
William said, isn't Mike Zero a nerd as well? Darth Tacey said, they were talking about a joke that Jeremy made about Mike Zero's girlfriend being in jail, and he's like, what are you stalking him? And he's like, it was a joke. Wait for it to sink in.
Did you guys see the thing that Bruce did for Doomcock? Like I was gonna do a Doomcock parody as well. Saying that. No, but I was gonna do a Doomcock parody as well. But Bruce Jennings, who I did the video about, beat me to it, and so I'm trying to give him an opportunity to maybe make some more of those videos, because I posted one on our Facebook page. And if he can make, he's supposed to try to do it, because otherwise I got an idea for Dumb Kook, and so we'll see because I was gonna do one, but I thought I'd give him a chance to maybe use our platform to do some videos about that.
William said, Enosh, I think it's so stupid how people think nerds are dumb. Can we just look at the fact that Avengers Endgame made about $3 billion? Obviously there are a lot of nerds in the world. And then Darth Tasty said, with the amount of videos and views, he probably survives off those videos. Not hard when you live in your mom's basement. Another hot pocket mom.
Well, hey, there you go. So
but let's go back to Caleb saying, what do we think
saying
about
that
Andy Serkis
Mark Uno's mom might be making a well, probably not an appearance, but if you watched Big Bang Theory and you remember what's his name's mom, Howard's mom, like, yeah, Mark Uno's mom might be making an appearance. So
or a voice.
Or audible, anyways.
So Caleb wants to know, what do you think of Andy Serkis as Alfred and Colin Farrell as the Penguin in the Batman casting?
So I find that casting very, very interesting. This Batman movie is going to be different.
Yeah.
My only concern at this point is that, because I mean they're getting great people. Okay, I mean Andy Serkis. You put Andy Serkis in anything, Andy Serkis is phenomenal. So you're gonna get a good thing when you get Andy Serkis.
From Snoke to Alfred.
Yeah, I can actually see him as Alfred. I can see. I mean, he would be probably
an awesome Gotham style Alfred.
Yeah, where like he's kick butt. He gets physically involved.
Not Joker Alfred.
Yeah. What was that? That's the only part of the Joker movie that I probably just really didn't care for, was that the Alfred was like awful in that movie. But beyond that,
Gotham style Alfred would be.
If I was casting Penguin, I probably would not have gone and said Colin.
Better than Leguizamo.
What's that?
Better than Leguizamo.
Leguizamo. John
Leguizamo? Didn't he play Penguin at one point?
No.
I thought he did.
No.
Who did he play?
I don't know.
Your phone pulls it up quicker.
No.
Colin Farrell got casted for
Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell, though, after hearing his name, I can see it. I can see Colin Farrell as Penguin. So Danny DeVito was Penguin.
No, I know, but I swear John Leguizamo was one.
Not live action.
Who?
Leguizamo.
No. I don't know how to spell it.
Here.
No. But so I'm okay with that casting. The one that I heard that I really hope it doesn't turn out to be true is what's his name as Harvey Dent.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
All right. What's his name? The all right. What?
I was that.
Can't think of his name right now. Why can't I think of his name? Oh man, I'm having a brain fart.
Jordan Farrell said, Gotham, Alfred, he serves you tea in your arse.
Pretty much. But I don't like that idea of that casting. But here's my only concern for Batman now. This is Robert Pattinson's first outing as Batman. If this had been a movie with Ben Affleck, where Ben Affleck had been established as Batman, he would have had this would have been technically the fourth movie that he would have been in because he had a movie of Batman versus Superman. He had Justice League. He had cameos in Suicide Squad. So his Batman would have been established. Mm-hmm. Then I think you could have gotten away with showing a lot because he'd already been part of ensemble pieces, right? Mm-hmm. But his Batman would have been established, and you could have had him shine. I don't know, and it could be nothing, but I think history tells us that you throw too many villains into any movie, especially a Batman movie or a Spider-Man movie, and it starts getting a little muddy. And I understand. Yeah, and I understand that. I understand that they're kind of going for the. It looks like maybe the long Halloween thing or an Arkham style Batman movie where he's going to be a real detective and do that kind of work. But I think for Robert Pattinson's first movie to they're throwing everybody in there. I mean, it's got Catwoman, Penguin, Two-Face. It's got Riddler. All these different people. I don't want them to all outshine Batman.
Yeah.
Especially this is his first outing. Like I said, if it was Ben Affleck's Batman, you could get away with that, I think, a little bit easier because Ben would have already been established. Now you'd want to see the world that they're going to create for that Batman.
Yeah. In
this is like his first outing, and he's not an established character, but he's going to be. I don't know. They're kind of skipping over stuff, so I don't know. I'm going to reserve judgment till I see it, but I'll be honest with you. That kind of that kind of concerns me. Is that they're going straight for that they're going to show all these villains and all these different people. So I don't know how much of a mess that's going to be, how messy that's going to be, how just overrun it's going to be with villains.
Yeah.
Where is Batman going to be able to do anything?
Yeah. Plus you can't have too many characters in a movie without losing track of the story.
Yeah.
Because with TV shows, if you have too many characters, then it's okay, if this character doesn't get enough doesn't get their moment to shine in this episode, then they'll have another week where that episode's more focused around that character.
Yeah.
Do you ever remember John Leguizamo in a fat suit?
John Leguizamo was in Spawn. He played the killer clown in Spawn.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because Danny DeVito was in a fat suit when he was the Penguin too, but okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you.
You're good.
I like your phone. I want the 11 now.
You're good. But one thing that I do like, Hail Caesar, I'm actually in the middle of reading that story. I had not read that story about the Batman Who Laughs, but that's an interesting story for sure. So. I'm down with anything pretty much as long as it's done well. But I think that for any Batman, for any actor playing Batman, their first outing needs to be somewhat normal.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? It needs to establish that Batman as being Batman.
Like Ben Affleck did.
Yeah, because even with Ben Affleck, even with him, like we never that's one of the tragedies of Ben Affleck's Batman is we never got to see Ben Affleck just be Batman and just be his own thing in his own movie. We got a little bit of it at the beginning of Justice League, which I thought was great because it was very reminiscent of 1989 Batman with him being on the rooftops stuff and him going after the cat burglar guy, you know, and stuff. And I thought that was cool.
And at the end, he starts to set up the Hall of Justice.
Yeah. But we never got to see Ben Affleck just be Batman. It was always in this ensemble thing with all these other characters and stuff. And so, you know, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how, if this is going to either help Pattinson by surrounding him with like all these really great actors, or if it's going to hurt because it's going to outshine
the sparkly vampire. I'm sorry.
It's gonna outshine Batman, and I hope that I hope that that's not the case. I hope that it does not outshine Batman. I was gonna bring something else up. Titans is so good. Are you guys watching Titans? Titans, holy cow!
I love crypto.
Yesterday it got renewed for season 3.
Yes, Titans got renewed for season 3. It's a phenomenal show. Phenomenal show. And you know, and we've been talking about this whole thing the last week or so when all this information came out that they're putting this Green Lantern show on HBO now. On HBO, was it HBO Now or HBO Max?
I don't know, I haven't even
Max.
downloaded it yet.
Max, is it Max? HBO Max. You know, people are talking about DC
HBO
Universe.
Now. Oh wait, no, there's 2 of them. HBO Now, HBO Go.
Yeah, I think the new one is going to be HBO Max or something like that. But I think they need to pick a streaming service and just go with it. Like I don't like this idea of them like putting a Green Lantern thing on HBO and then continuing DC Universe. If they're not going to continue DC Universe, fine. Then put all your stuff on HBO and call it good and let us do one thing because that's the whole point of DC Universe. It's supposed to be your one-stop shop for all things DC. Disney is doing this right. The only things that are not on DC right now are the things that contractually they still like is The Last Jedi and Solo. They have to finish their contractual runs on Netflix.
And then also with the Marvel movies, you don't have Hulk, and then you don't have the 2 Spider-Man movies.
Because they don't own those.
Yeah.
Darth Tasty just said, has anyone seen his Dark Materials? I don't know how I feel about it yet, though. I've only seen the first episode. Does that mean Robert Pattinson? Because he's done
Dark
some
Materials.
stuff. I mean, it's like that's when what's his name who played the Joker in the Suicide Squad? Jared Leto.
Yeah.
I knew that he would be a good choice as Joker myself because I saw him play the killer to the dude from the Beatles that had the fan that killed him.
Yeah.
He played his killer and he gained 30 pounds for the role and he was walking both sides of Psycho Street. He was like, I could tell from that acting, he would be able to pull Joker out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if Pattinson has, non-vampire stuff.
He does. Well, he has spent the
and
last
that's what
10
he
years.
said is there's some other stuff that he's been, feeling out. So maybe that he's going to pull from that for his Batman.
Yeah. That's the thing is he has spent the last 10 years, Tiffany, doing smaller films and doing darker films and doing things where he's had to hone his skills. And
one thing
So it's a Golden Compass type thing.
One thing that I've been saying is like I can definitely see him doing the Bruce Wayne side of Batman, but it's like right now I like don't know how he's gonna do it as like the Batman side.
Are you going to pull a
Batman
Christian
character.
Bale where you put the suit on and you're like, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
And that's it.
yeah, I don't know. I'm really trying to reserve judgment on this because I've been wrong. I was wrong about Heath Ledger, and I've admitted that when I first found out that Heath Ledger was going to be Joker.
But we all did because he was in like the 10 Things I Hate About You, and he was in A Knight's Tale, and it's like you'd never seen him play like creepy, crazy Joker. So he's always been in like the chick flicks or the rom coms, and it's like to have him jump,
And honestly, it's the best thing he was ever in.
Oh heck yeah.
By far, it was the best thing he was ever in.
Because he was great in those movies. Like I love him in 10 Things I Hate About You. That's just a cult classic for me.
Different kind of actor though.
Yeah, but I mean, he was, he had his accent in that movie, and then in The Knight's Tale, I loved the love story and stuff like that. But to go from that to, you want to know how I got these scars? Like he just like turned, and it was like it would have been great to see him do more of that had he still stayed alive.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I don't know. It's so I'm trying to withhold judgment.
Darth Tasty said I was negative against Ledger as well, but he definitely killed it.
Yeah, so I'm really trying to remain positive about Pattinson because of that, because of the things that I've heard about his other movies that he's done, and
you kind of felt the same way though too about Leto.
I was concerned about Leto, and Leto still gets a lot of garbage, and you know what? I don't think that Leto deserves
they have a beef.
I don't think that Leto deserves the heat that he gets for what he did. First of all, he played the part that he was given. Mm-hmm. It's not like he made up that part just by himself. He was given a certain.
That's what made it awesome was the rap music in the medieval times.
He was given a type of Joker
Actually,
to play.
That was a great CD.
And if you look at that, see, this is my thing. Is if you actually look at the DC universe, and that's the next thing I want to talk about. Actually, is something to do with that. Yeah. If you look at the DC universe, people can complain all they want about the DC universe, but it is in very many ways very comic accurate. Because I'll be honest with you, as much as I love Heath Ledger's Joker, it's not really comic accurate. No. It's just its own thing, and it works because the Joker is many different things. The Joker is not just one thing. That's why Cesar Romero's Joker works,
I like that.
and that's why
even with the mustache.
Yep, even with the mustache. That's why Jack Nicholson's Joker works. That's why Heath Ledger's Joker works, and that's why, yes, I believe Jared Leto's Joker works because the Joker is in all of them. It's all there. I know that people don't.
Even with Phoenix.
Yeah, look, I get it. Well, yeah, that's why Joaquin Phoenix's Joker works is
Even
because of that.
It's
but
still
all this
cool.
heat that I see that Jared Leto takes, and then it was unfortunate because Jared Leto was there was some stories that came out, that Jared Leto was very upset about the Joker movie being made, but then the truth came out about that Jared Leto was lied to by Warner Brothers. That Warner Brothers promised him the world. And just never came through.
You'd be mad.
And the truth is like, look it up here on YouTube. You would be mad too if these things happened to you. You would be very upset with what they promised him, with what they told him was going to happen. You're in the middle of trying to make your movies. You find out that you're getting a movie by being told that they're making another movie about the same character but in a different way. You'd be very upset too.
Oh, and by the way, your girlfriend's getting a movie, but
everybody's getting a movie, but you, and we're the ones who had you create this.
You're gonna get kicked out of her movie. May not even be in there as a cameo.
I think it's garbage. I think that and then I see all these T-shirts being offered on Facebook and stuff in these Facebook stores where like they spell out Joker, but yet they use all these different characters,
the acronym for all the different people that played them,
and they all leave Jared Leto out. And then every time I go on there and I say it's missing one, I get people laughing and mocking that, and it's like you know what? I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to Jared Leto because I think Jared Leto did a good job with what he had. And here's the testament to that. Everybody just about that complains and gripes about Jared Leto's Joker, they all say the same thing. But we didn't see enough of him. They want to see more of that Joker.
I can just see you sitting in a corner with like mascara running down your face going, "Leave Jared Leto alone."
Just saying. But let's oh, okay.
They have a couple good.
Okay, but I just want to bring up one thing.
Famous last words.
No, so this is something that I have not been really big behind. Like I haven't really supported it, and I said big behind. That's the Snyder cut of Justice League. So this whole time, honestly, I'll be on. I'll just be absolutely honest with you. I have not believed that it's even a thing, because. There's been, to me, I've seen no proof of it. They keep talking about it like it's there and it's not there. And then this last week, basically, it was confirmed basically that the Snyder cut is real.
Wasn't it Momoa that saw it?
Momoa's been like kind of dropping hints here and there and stuff like that and been saying stuff. But basically this last week he said, "Look, I've seen it." And they said, "Well, yeah, but it's not," the interviewer said, "Yeah, but it's not finished. It doesn't have all the special effects." He's like, "Oh, you don't think that Zack Snyder can finish it? You don't think that he finished it?" And so now basically we've got that it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Now I want to see it. Like if it's a real thing, because they asked him, he said, "Well, is it that different?" He goes, "It's very different than the Justice League." So here's my thing.
It's just like,
You got that
there's no
HBO,
Snyder
you got
Cut.
that HBO Now thing. I agree. I saw this on the John Campea show, and I don't always agree with everything John Campea says, but I agree with some of the things the people on his show were saying. You got this HBO thing, you got to launch it. They want to have something really big to get subscribers. Put the Snyder Cut on there.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I'd do at least 1 month just to watch the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
If you're not going to release it in theaters and you're not going to put it on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, put it on there because I want to see that now. If there is a different version of Justice League that is darker, that is heavier hitting, and here's the thing, this goes to show you that fans don't know what the heck they want because you give them lighter fare and they say we want dark. You give them dark and they say, oh, it's too dark, we want lighter fare. So, whatever. But the reality is now, like when Zack Snyder was fully in, everybody's like, Zack Snyder sucks. He doesn't know what he's doing. All of a sudden they get him out of there. They put Joss Whedon in and they get the crap fest. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, you should have kept in Zack Snyder. You can't make up your mind what you want. The same people who were calling for Zack Snyder to be, tarred and feathered and quartered are the same people who are like, we want to see Zack Snyder's cut. I want to see Zack Snyder's cut too now.
The only thing that I haven't agreed with Zack Snyder so far is the Doomsday comment that he made about how he says like the one that we got in BVS like isn't like the actual one, is like there's another one out there. It's like, no, then
he shouldn't have killed Superman.
Yeah, then don't like advertise it that was Doomsday.
Yeah, that's dumb. All right, what else we got?
Okay, so Hail Caesar had started off by saying, "Do you think the Mando will be revealed as a woman in the end of the season?" Darth Tasty says, "I think it was definitely a man, Caesar, because when they had the woman making his armor, you could tell she was a woman, but I could be wrong. The voice could be altered by the mask somehow."
No, it's a man. It's a man because we're gonna see the guy. I can't remember the guy's name right now who plays him. I think some people are getting confused with was it Laura Dune or what? I got Cara Dune. Cara Dune. I've got the figure in the other room. Yeah. She is apparently also a Mandalorian, and they got a new figure coming out for the Black Series stuff. I actually have her figure. And there's another figure, a special figure coming out. We don't know when, but it's like full on heavy artillery Mandalorian armor, and it's built just like her. And so that's what you're gonna see. I don't know who's saying this. That's the first that I've heard of people saying that the Mandalorian is a female, because that's not the case at all, guys. Plus, don't put any thought into that at all, because that is not the case. They've got the guy who, what's the guy's name who's playing the Mandalorian? Pedro Pascal. They got him playing it for a reason. He's a well-known actor. They didn't just hire him to just be in a mask. They're gonna bring him out of that mask at some point.
He does sound very Canaanish in that mask, though.
Yeah, but they're gonna bring him out of that mask. So
don't. They even said a few times in the episode, like, "Oh, is it true that Mandalorians never take off their mask?"
Yeah, so they're setting that up. Yeah. It's like any luchador in wrestling, right? At some point, that mask is coming off, and so don't worry about that. No, the Mandalorian, as the character of the Mandalorian that we've seen, is a male. So I don't think you have anything to worry about there.
William says, but I can't wait to see some of the strong female roles in the show. Hail Caesar says, Darth, that's what I was thinking too. I'm not the only one. Gina Carano and Bill Burr can't wait. Darth Tasty says, I love when they did the origin of Harley Quinn in that movie when you were talking about the Joker stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's some of the best. That's some of the best, like, actual comic stuff that we've ever seen. Them actually dipping in the chemicals, not face paint, not anything else, like actually going the Ace Chemicals, the whole thing, man.
Going through the origin, we get that scene where like Joker and Harley are dancing in
outfit. Oh my gosh, the classic moment with her in the Jester's costume and him in the tuxedo. Come on, really? Mm-hmm. You're gonna hate on that when you get those kind of moments? The whole chase scene where Batman chases them through, and she's like, "You ruined date night," I mean, that is some classic Batman, Joker, Harley Quinn stuff right there. You can't hate on that. That's good stuff, man. I don't know what to tell you if you hate that. If you say that sucks, I just don't even know what to tell you because it's good.
William just said, just saw a news story about how Hayden Christensen went to Galaxy's Edge and Disney accidentally posted a picture of it.
Yes.
But then took it off. And then Darth Tasty said Disney actually tried to pull that off line, William, but too many people saw it and somebody copied it and put it back on.
Yeah.
William
and I don't know that means
William
anything.
says, I'm just saying it's kind of suspicious. I'm watching The Mandalorian with the mindset that everything in the movie will have to do with something else. Darth Tasty said, agreed. A lot of people think it might be episode 9 movie cover-up. And William says, yeah, that's a good idea, Tasty.
You know what?
Or maybe he just likes Disney and wants to go into Galaxy's Edge.
Here's the thing. We got all this build up for episode 9 and for The Mandalorian, for all these things, right? I'm not saying that he's not going to show up in something. And honestly, I would not be surprised at all if Mike Zero is like 0.1% correct by saying that Anakin shows up somehow in The Rise of Skywalker, because honestly, I think
help him finish what he's started.
I think that The Rise of Skywalker is going to have something to do with the history of Anakin, where we learn something about Anakin through Palpatine and learn about how
that spinning really is a good trick.
About how Anakin rose to be who he was, because the comics recently did this whole thing that showed Palpatine creating Anakin in Shmi Skywalker's womb. And so
out of midichlorians?
Yeah, by manipulating the midichlorians. And so when you have something like that, it all goes together. And so I would not be surprised if they're prepping us for some kind of reveal in The Rise of Skywalker, because I don't think it's going to be just Luke Skywalker rises from the dead, or just that Rey takes on the name of Skywalker.
William said for sure, Enosh, I'm so hyped right now.
I'm telling you, I think that Anakin will play some kind of role. I'm not going on record like Mike Zero and being like he's gonna be in the flesh and he's gonna fight Palpatine and he's gonna like do this whole thing and he's gonna train somebody.
Jordan said something that I was not even aware of, so it was been revealed on the show. Jordan said, so Enosh, since you're the villain for Scooby-Doo 2, Captain Redbeard, what is your best evil ghost pirate voice?
I don't know. Do you want me to just come up with it live, like in a live stream? Or
you could always do your Mark Hamill Joker laugh.
Arr, it's Redbeard the pirate. I don't know. I'd have to work on that a little bit. What's that?
Said dart. Nothing.
It's Redbeard the pirate. What is this Scooby-Doo? I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you and these crazy kids.
And your pesky dog.
Your pesky dog, too. Got to make sure I got plenty of fluids going on, though, when I do that. Holy cow.
Yar.
Yar.
Isn't that Steve the Pirate from
that's Steve the
Dodgeball?
Pirate from Dodgeball. You know,
what am I going to do with all this gold? Yar.
There's the commentaries there for the movie, Jordan, afterwards. Is like interviewing
Stanley Tudyk.
Well, you know, I wanted to draw from a lot of different pirate sources. So, you know, I think a great pirate's like, you know, Johnny Depp, obviously, you know, as that character. And then, of course, Steve the Pirate from Dodgeball.
Savvy.
Yar. And, of course, you know, who's the pirate from SpongeBob?
Oh, Flying Dutchman. Yeah,
the Flying Dutchman. And then, and who's the guy at the beginning? The captain?
Oh! Patchy the Pirate from SpongeBob.
Yeah, Patchy the Pirate.
Patchy the Pirate, yeah, that's right.
He said also our fan film has reached over 300 million views, and he also said earlier in the chat
300 views.
300 views, I'm sorry.
Like 300 million views. Where's my residuals?
But they
Holy
said,
cow, that's a lot of views.
But he said that they also might hit 500 by the end of the year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Guys,
Heck
go
yeah.
watch that. Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? You're the pirate I am. Yes.
Darth Tasty just said nice, Jordan.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome stuff.
Jordan says the Bermuda Triangle will play a part in the film, and Daphne makes friends with a mermaid princess.
Sweet. Now, when we say Daphne makes friends with a mermaid princess,
friends with fishy benefits. Darth Tasty said Jordan Farrell actually grew up not too far from where you're at, Yucca Valley.
Nice. Be more Jordan of a sisterhood.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. And keep it all above board.
Well, all I can think of now is
above
Peter Griffin when he was like, when I was the mermaid, getting with my. It's called Scooby-Doo Waters of Atlantis. Sweet.
Waters of Atlantis. Look for that coming soon, guys.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, hey, this was fun.
Yes.
Did you have fun?
I had fun.
I had fun talking about the Mandalorian, talking about all things nerd this week.
What did he say more of this episode? Snyder Cut? Snyder Cut? Did I mention Snyder Cut?
Snyder Cut. Snyder Cut. Ba-doom, boom, boom. Snyder Cut. Ba-doom. You watch the Snyder Cut into my... No. I don't know. But hey, no, lots of great stuff. The Mandalorian has turned out to be phenomenal. I really loved it. I really liked it. I thought it was great. Tiffany, what would you give The Mandalorian episode 1?
15 out of 10.
There you go. It's no good to me dead. Well, how about you, Isaac? What do you give
It
it?
wasn't cold.
Yeah, I would say a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, yeah.
I really liked it, and like what we got like in just the first episode, I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you glad that we only have to wait 2 more days for another episode.
Right. Like, I gotta go 10 out of 10. I don't think that, like, I don't know what else they could have done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looked like a movie.
Yeah.
It felt like a movie.
It felt Star Wars.
Yeah.
Even like when he had his bounty with him, and he looked, and then all of a sudden he's like, "No droids," and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, let's get the junker from and the dude from Big Bang Theory driving him to his ship.
He's got some issues with droids.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cool.
About the only
Darth
thing.
Tasty said 10 out of 10.
About the only thing that I would say that I was a little disappointed is that basically everything that we'd seen in the trailers was pretty much in that first episode. So like the whole first part of the
shows do that.
Yeah, but like there was a lot because like so far out of all the trailers that we've seen, we'd probably seen already 5 to 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Of
I would say Flash does the same thing, or all the CW shows do the same thing. They show like clips like for most of the first episode and like, maybe like a few for the second.
Yeah. So that is what it is, but you know, like other than that, you know, so I mean that kind of takes down the runtime I think for the first one a little bit less because you feel like it's less because
you're like,
you've already seen that. Yeah, I've already watched it. Like I watched the whole, you know, like because that was basically what the Monday Night Football trailer was basically like the first
2 minutes of the episode.
First 2 minutes of the episode.
That being said, how to me seeing that Davy Jones looking guy getting cut in half, that never gets old. I don't care if I've seen it a couple times. Seeing it again was like...
Gets him around the ankle, slowly pulls him, and then shoots to the door.
You spilled his drink.
Shouldn't do that.
Don't spill the man's drink.
You'll say technically it wasn't even Mando. It was like...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Mando spilled his drink. So, yeah, spill all the drinks you want. That's funny. That's funny. So, I mean, it seems like across the board we're all saying that we really loved it. Mm-hmm. That we can't wait for more.
Yeah, we can't wait for Friday.
This gives me a lot of hope now for...
Friday's going to be a good day. It's going to be a Mandalorian day and Titans.
Now, would you guys be interested in watching both shows? The only problem is we can't necessarily be here every Friday.
Yeah.
But if you guys would be interested in it,
always wouldn't be all of us.
Yeah, so it wouldn't always be all of us, but you know, we may just pull out an episode or two every once in a while and do a night of Titans versus Mandalorian.
Speaking of, when we're done with this, we should watch Titans because
it's
so good. He wants to rewatch it.
Yeah, we're one episode behind, so we gotta watch it.
We need to catch up.
There's something that they show in that episode, and it was like one of those moments, like how you had with Superboy, like. It was like you're going to have one of those moments in this.
All right, guys. Well, it was nice seeing you. Thanks for stopping by the Poindexter Lounge this week. I think this gives me a lot of hope for Kenobi. Mm-hmm. That Kenobi's going to be really good.
Jordan says Mandalorian Titans Friday. Darth Tasty says I'm in for Mandalorian.
Awesome. So, yeah, so I this has got me really thinking. The only thing that I still have concerns about.
Mando Friday.
The only thing I still have concerns about, to be honest with you, is Cassian Andor.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Because honestly, I know this is not popular, but out of all of the...
Caesar said me too.
Out of all of the new Star Wars movies, like, Rogue One is there. It's not a bad movie. Yeah. I like it. I don't understand, I think, sometimes the... like this overabundance of joy that people apparently have for the movie, because I don't think it's that great of a movie. Like it took literally watching it twice before I connected at all with the characters. Because the first time through, I did not connect with the characters. And then the second time, even like, and I've watched it a couple of times since now, and it's just kind of there. I'm glad that they told the story. It's cool to see. It's cool to see.
Darth
like,
Tasty said, "Do we really need Cassian Andor?"
I don't think that we need a Cassian Andor show.
We know how his story ends.
Yeah.
It's not like Mandalorian. Like, we don't know how Mando's story ends.
Yeah, well, that's what I think works about the Mandalorian is that we don't know who he is. We don't know anything about him. He's a new character.
We get to learn more about their heritage, their culture, their everything.
Yeah.
And we don't know when his character ends. Or
And
like, his
apparently
first
it ties.
character
And
ends.
apparently it ties into 50-year-old Baby Yoda.
Yeah, right. Right? Like, it's something, you know. But that's the thing is, like, I don't know about this Cassian Andor thing because this Cassian Andor thing, like, I didn't think he was that great of a character in Rogue One.
Jordan says, "Random robot guy, a Star Wars story."
Yes. Pretty much. What was no. We definitely want the Poe Dameron Goes Down Under, a Star Wars story by Ryan Johnson. Remember, Mark Uno reported about that movie coming out.
Nice.
That Poe Dameron is now a Gungan and he goes down under to Australia, while Men at Work sing Land Down Under. So I'm looking forward to that movie. So it's good to see that Ryan Johnson's going to be doing that movie because I was getting worried that Ryan Johnson wasn't going to do another Star Wars movie. Now, even I say Ryan Johnson needs to not do another Star Wars movie, and Kathleen Kennedy probably needs to go at this point, just because the fan base is so split that I don't want Ryan Johnson to direct another movie. Not because I didn't like The Last Jedi, but just simply because
no matter what he does, he's gonna get hate.
it won't do well. I mean, people are hating on his new movie that has nothing to do with Star Wars. So
Because
like
of Return of the Jedi.
because of
not Return of the
because
Jedi,
of
The Last Jedi.
because of The Last Jedi, there are people like trying to boycott his new movie, like he should never do another movie again. I don't know.
Darth Tasty
Because-
said, "I'd rather see the life of Robot from Rogue One."
Because he did a second movie in a trilogy.
Yeah, I know. It is what it is, though. But I mean, yeah, K2SO. K2SO is actually like a cool character, but K2SO is going to be in this. But this doesn't make any sense because in the comics they established that like K2SO and Cassian Andor met not too long before the events of
Darth Tasty said, "It's for the good of the fandom."
of Rogue One. Before the events of Rogue One, and now K2SO is going to be in the show. So the show can't even last that long because of that. So I don't know what the plan is there. I don't get it. There's so many other stories that I would rather see told in the Star Wars universe that I think would be better. I would really love here's the thing. I understand that people, like they felt so strongly about The Last Jedi, so they kind of barred, Solo. But really, if you watch Solo, I just rewatched Solo. Oh. There we go. I was just saying real quick, and then we're gonna get out of here. But I was saying what I would really like to see is I understand people's opinions of The Last Jedi, and that's what formed their opinions of what Solo was going to be, and a lot of people tried to boycott it and tried to make a point and stuff. But I just rewatched Solo on Sunday, and honestly, besides a couple of key things, like one, like I hate the way he got his name. The name thing gets on my last nerves because that's not Han Solo. But other than that, and maybe a couple other little things, Solo is a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
It's really actually a really good movie, and
especially how he played that character is like you could see like he took some things from Harrison Ford like to play that character.
Yeah, and I
put his own spin on it. So.
Yeah, and I really didn't think that Alden deserved the hate that Alden Reich. I don't think that he deserved the hate that he got for that, and I don't think that the movie deserved all the hate. And I would
him
actually
and Leto need to hang out because they don't got a beef.
Right, I would like to see some of those, and they're talking about that could happen, that they could actually do a Red Dawn. Is it Red Dawn? What is it?
Red Leader.
The Syndicate that Darth Maul was leading. It was Red Dawn, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I think it was Red Dawn. But him and Kira, like doing a show that has to do with that stuff. I would love to see that with Han and Chewie showing up every once in a while.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that before Cassian Andor any day.
Also, doesn't Obi-Wan, isn't that going to take place during the events of Solo? I thought I saw, like when when Star Wars like showed like that timeline at D23, I thought that Obi-Wan takes place like the same time that Solo does.
Yes. So Obi-Wan takes place around that same time, so they could actually intermingle some of that together. Now they wrote themselves. I mean, with Rebels, they wrote themselves into a corner where they can't have Darth Maul meet up with Obi-Wan because unless they redo it in live action, I don't want to see them redo it in live action. It's already been done.
Because Darth Maul.
But there could be near misses. Mm-hmm. They could be really close because Darth Maul was on his tail and trying to find him, and so you know what? There could be these near misses where they almost come into contact with each other or whatever, and you know, and Obi-Wan is kind of like behind the scenes, you know, kind of like undoing stuff that Maul is doing, you know.
Before I start singing, I'm half the man I used to be. Sorry.
Yeah, I would I'd be down with that. So.
Okay, we had some Titans to watch and some foods to eat.
You have to take.
I don't remember how that episode.
What did hell Caesar say?
You have to take zero away to get Yoda's true age. He said 50 minus 0 is 5, just like 900 years old. Yoda is 900 minus 0.
Oh, so he's like 90. I get it.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That's interesting.
Like a decade is like 1 year.
Caesar, I'm glad to hear that you liked Solo as well. That's good because it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. But all right, guys. Well, this was fun as it always is.
Yep.
I always love talking nerdy with some of my best friends on the internet.
We almost needed to have, unfortunately, no Flash tonight to be able to get all your nerddom out.
There's a lot of stuff that happened.
Yeah.
We needed to be able to talk
it worked
about
in your favor.
It did. We needed to be able to talk about
Do you feel better?
The Mandalorian.
I do
feel better. I feel right. I feel right, Brian. I feel right. For sure. So I'm gonna take my nerdy self that apparently I'm a loser and a nerd, and I'm gonna be just fine with that. And later tonight I'm gonna make another. I'm gonna have Mark Uno come by and make another video for the channel. Fee? Yeah. So I'm gonna have Mark Uno come and make another video for the channel because I heard I've got it on good authority that there's some more Star Wars scoops coming out. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It is always a pleasure to have you guys here at the house. And hey, do us a favor if you would. Share these videos if you enjoy being at the Poindexter Lounge. Share some of our videos and watch them as they come out. If you've subscribed, make sure to hit that notifications bell because YouTube is doing some weird things right now. They just sent out a new declaration to everybody of terms of service or whatever that nobody really knows what it means. It's basically kind of stating that if they consider you not profitable, they can take away your channel at any moment and just shut it down. And that's scary because I've got quite a bit here on the channel, and I know that there's other people who've already lost their channels over stupid weird things.
Mike Zero's gonna be fine.
Mike Zero's gonna be just fine. Yeah, apparently because Mike Zero's making him plenty of money.
10 to 12 videos a day.
Yeah, right. But it makes it harder for smaller channels to actually get traction and like grow it like in a grassroots effort way, because I really feel that like our subscribers, we work for every subscriber we get, and the thing is we get quality subscribers. Like we don't get like these like massive just amounts of subscribers just hitting there just to hit subscribe.
And we literally love and appreciate our subscribers. We become friends with everybody.
Yeah.
We look forward to talking to them on these shows.
Yeah, we literally we know who you guys are, and we recognize who you guys are when you come into the live stream. So
from what I've heard from multiple different places, what it sounds like to me kind of like they're weeding out like the smaller channels that aren't doing it for like the fun. They're just doing it just to be like, okay, I'm gonna make this a mark, and then now I'm just gonna make money off of this. So I think that's what they're trying to do, maybe.
Well, I think they're honestly, I think they're gearing up for political season where they're trying to also say that they're going to I think they're trying to position themselves in a way that they can eliminate certain channels that they don't like.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate that I think it probably deals with politics. But that's probably what it is. But it's still concerning because, we went through that copyright strike thing last month and we couldn't live stream. And it just there's other smaller channels, but we were
still able to do it on Facebook, but it wasn't the same.
It seems that threshold that we need to get to, though, to feel like we're kind of safe is like 10,000. because at 10,000 you start reaping some benefits from YouTube, and so we are just under 7,500 subscribers right now. So we need about another 2,500 subscribers quick. So please share the videos with people. Tell other people about the Poindexter Lounge. You know, let them know that you have fun here with us and that we have a good time, and that they should be a part of it too. You know,
Darth Tasty said Zero is a millionaire.
You know what? The guy is probably making bank because he's got over. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It blows my mind. The guy's got over 100,000 subscribers. He's got like 125,000 subscribers or something.
He gets like at least 4,000 views a video.
And so that's the thing. It's like,
at least.
So if he's hitting 4,000 per video and he's doing like 12 videos a day, 10 videos a day, so he's getting like 40 to 50,000 views every day amongst all those videos.
He's posting one every hour.
He's making some money. He's definitely making some money for sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's weird, guys. I don't know. We're not in it to make money. I mean, you know, we're just we love doing it, but we don't want our channel to go away either. And so we definitely need the support. So we love you guys. We appreciate you. You got anything, Tiff?
Nope. Back to you.
All right. Praying to God. All right. Yeah, Jordan, I'm about this close. I got so many videos now that it's like I'm concerned about having to download them all, but I think I'm gonna have to end up doing that at some point. I don't know where I'm gonna store them or whatever, but I got a lot of stuff on here that I really don't want to lose because originally I started the channel and we started doing this because we had the boys and I wanted them to be able to one day look back at everything that we had done and remember it and stuff. And I don't understand this thing now where it's like they're acting like they just want like these big Hollywood types to have channels and stuff. Like,
because it's like after a while, people will be like, okay, I'm not gonna like watch this person like as much. I'm gonna move to another channel.
YouTube started as a way for it was like YouTube. It was us as people could have our own little channel and do our own videos and people could come watch it. Now it's like no. Now we want you know, what's his name who hosts the Tonight Show. We want like Jimmy Kimmel and we want Jimmy Fallon and we want like, you know, all those guys. We want all those people to have channels because they've got proven stuff where they can just re-show stuff that was already on their network shows and just put it on their YouTube channel, but it'll bring in revenue and it'll do those things because people will look up those videos. And it's like, I think there's a place for those types of videos for sure. But I think that in the process, I don't think the smaller channels should get punished or eliminated just because we're doing what YouTube started off to do in the first place.
It was like, I was watching a video today. There's a streamer, his name is Courage JD, and he streams games, but he started on YouTube. And he maybe did like 5 or 6 videos for YouTube, and then he moved to Twitch. And then now he moved back to YouTube. In his video, when he was talking about why he moved back to YouTube, it was because when he first started, like, he loved like the creativity of it, and that you could just do anything and like put it out there, and like a group of people would enjoy it. Yeah. And then like versus like moving to somewhere else, it's like you don't have that. Yeah. It's like that's why he moved back to YouTube because it's like he loves the creativity and like he can just do whatever whenever.
Yeah, I mean there are many benefits to it, but it's like, you know, it's some scary stuff. I'll tell you what, it was scary for me when I realized that like at any moment they could just decide that, hey, like we don't like 2 more of your videos and your channel's gone. Yeah. That's scary to me. So, all right, guys, but you know, so yeah, so help us out. Hashtag I love Star Wars. That's right. Keep looking for more of those videos. Share those things, obviously. Share the hashtag.
So there's no way he has time for a real job.
There's no way Mike Zero has time for a real job.
Jordan also says now they are spoiled brats who get bored with their new toys. Meaning the other people that, you know, have the millions of subscribers and videos and... Yeah. And you know what? There are still some really good channels out there that they get big and they're still... Excuse me. They're still fun to watch. I think, like, we watch... I like Leon Lush, who's not it's not even a Star Wars thing. But he's just funny. He seems like a real like down to earth guy and like real guy and like he just hit over 1 million subscribers. And you know, like we're trying to find that thing that's that catalyst that like gets people like where we go from just getting, you know, like this year we've gotten so far
over 2,500 subscribers throughout the year. Because we started, remember at the beginning of the year, we gave away the Grand Tiff Tarkin action figure.
Yep.
And
Just
where I actually made a toy of Tiffany. It was a Star Wars toy of Tiffany.
Yeah, 'cause it was
and
just
that
after
was at
Christmas.
5,000 subscribers right after Christmas. And so, you know, so we do well, I think, and we get quality subscribers because they're people who actually like the channel and we see them around the channel, you know. But we're looking for that thing that'll spark something that like because everybody kind of says that. Even Jeremy, I watched a video of Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. He was talking about he's like I was doing videos and just made you know 50 views here and 50 views there, and then it's like all of a sudden something sparked and and it took off. And so we're looking for that thing to take off and just do something. But we definitely need you guys' support. We definitely need your help in sharing it and post it on your social media and all those things.
But Casey said Poindexter Lounge is the best channel on here. You guys are real and you can tell you love what you do.
I'm really glad that comes through, Darth Tasty. That means so much to me because you know what? People can say whatever they want to say, call us all kinds of names or whatever and not agree with us, whatever. But that's just all we're trying to do.
William
just
said agreed.
Well, thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. You guys, and I mean that. You guys are you're awesome.
That's why we have the best.
Got the best subscribers, man. It's the best thing. It's the best thing going. So thank you guys so much. We love you guys. Until next time, may the force be with you. I have spoken.